Brothers and sisters in humanity and in faith, what is awesome? My name is Muslim Relapsing Gamer, or MRG for short, and this is stream number 35 of my gameplay of Fortnite Save the World, the PvE side of Fortnite. And the usual necessary disclaimer: I do not represent Islam as a belief system or Muslims in general. I only represent myself. And unless clearly and specifically stated, or I'm talking about verifiable facts, historic or scientific, my opinions are my own. And I think that should do it as an introduction. No need for the usual fair warning that I spend quite a bit of time in the menus in this game adjusting things, but I do try to make it useful to you by sharing tips, advice, and my own thought processes about the game and how to best or most efficiently manage things about it, like the squads, your survivor squads that level you up, and the skills, where to put your skills and things like that. I share quite a bit of that, and my hope is that some of it at least benefits you. Regarding my previous stream number 34, it ended abruptly, and this is an unfortunate part of playing this game at its current stage, which is early access. So it's probably like betas. This is pretty much the beta version of the game. So yeah, there are quite a few bugs, and at least on my end, apparently instability issues. However, something very strange happened at the end of my previous stream, which was just a few minutes ago. And that's something, it seemed to me as if I got hacked. I don't know, I don't mean to be over dramatic or anything, but it really did seem like that. Basically, it's kind of like the game alt-tabbed by itself. I never pressed anything at all. The game alt-tabbed, and then all of a sudden every single thing on my desktop started running by itself. And it seems like I couldn't move the mouse or control it because the mouse was moving on its own, but in a very jittery movement. Yeah, there was a lot of clicking and stuff like that. Really, I swear, I'm not making any of this up. This is exactly what happened. And then there was this beeping sound from the computer as if it's receiving input way too fast for it to respond or to do anything, repeated beep, something like that. But it's not that sound, it's the beep sound. It's not like a high beep sound, it's a low beep sound. So it keeps doing this while the mouse cursor is moving in a jittery fashion by itself. And as I said, every single thing on my desktop is running, and I think they were running multiple times, as in the things on my desktop would run every thing on my desktop runs twice. It doesn't run even once or whatever, it runs twice. The same thing is running twice. It was crazy. It was as if someone is hacking, somehow managed to hack my machine and was trying to destroy it by overloading it or something like that. Again, I'm not what's the word, illiterate, technically illiterate. I actually know a bit about scripting. I don't know programming that much, just the basic ideas. But I know about scripting, web scripts and stuff like that. I know about computers and hardware. I actually I assembled my own computer, my own desktop computer. I didn't buy one piece. I buy the individual pieces, and I put them together at home, and I installed everything by myself, of course, and so on. I actually run without a computer case. I don't have a button to press. I run my computer by touching two pins on the motherboard together using whatever metallic object I can find. Things like that, basically. So I am quite technical. So I'm not speaking out of ignorance when I say that it seemed like I was being hacked and someone was trying to overload my computer. I'm speaking, it's like an educated guess, not an ignorant guess. I could be wrong, of course, but it really seemed that that's what was happening. It was bizarre. And of course, when I saw this, I got scared, and I immediately disconnected the wires from the internet. It's not like I couldn't do anything on the software itself. I could not do a thing. So I immediately disconnect. I pulled off the wires of the internet just in case, you know, whatever is happening needs an internet connection. But it didn't seem like it needed internet connection. Whatever happened, or whether this was done by someone, or I don't know, some sort of virus, or by itself, it kept going after I disconnected the wires. So there was no internet anymore going to the machine, and yet it kept on doing this. So it seemed as if, yeah, someone hacked and also left some sort of executable running on the machine, on my machine. So yeah, I turned back on. I put the game and other things on safe for the firewall, and I turned my firewall back on. And I hope that, I mean, I used to play without it because it just creates problems sometimes for certain games, my firewall. So I turned it off, but yeah, I turned it on for the time being, and I just hope this doesn't happen again. But yeah, it was a bit scary because it seemed like, as I said, someone is trying to destroy the hardware itself, and that would be kind of catastrophic for me because I wouldn't be able to replace it anytime soon. So yeah. Anyway, so that's basically why the previous stream 34 a few minutes ago ended abruptly. I definitely, what I can say is that I really hope this was not some sort of hack, like a hack attempt, or, you know, out of, I don't know, out of spite or whatever. Yeah, no need to go for the self-victimization here, but you know, there are plenty of haters out there, and all they need is to know, is to label. All they need is one label, you know, to place on you, and if you give them this label, then they will offer you all the hatred and hostility, and actually ill will and harm. You know, they will try to harm you, and yeah, all you needed to give them was just one label, and if you give them that label, they give you everything evil and dark in the world. I guess there are people like that out there. I guess met a few of them. So yeah, it's not like unlikely, but it's just a bit surprising because it's not like I'm even famous, or like, you know, this, it's not like this channel is famous. This is, I just started like a couple of weeks ago or something. I started streaming, and yeah, I barely have any subscribers currently at the time of this stream, and I'm not ashamed to say any of this really. It's all history, you know, whether I say it on stream or someone finds it out somewhere, you know, in the logs of the internet, anywhere where they log these things. It doesn't really matter. The truth is the truth, and the truth is, my channel is kind of a nothing, is kind of a nobody in a sea of celebrities basically on YouTube. So yeah, I mean, part of me says it's impossible. Who would pick on me and why? You know, it's just, I mean, barely anyone knows me basically, at least. Well, not me, but yeah, barely anyone knows my channel. So yeah, I don't understand what is going on. And then the other part, can't find any other explanation because I've never seen anything like this in my life. Yeah, I've seen, look, don't get me wrong, I've seen jittery movement of the mouse accompanied by this beeping sound. Yes, I've seen this before, and it's just my computer ends up basically crashing. Like this would happen for maybe 5 seconds, and then bam, either a blue screen, but that was like many years ago, not anytime recent. I haven't seen a blue screen in ages. So yeah, either a blue screen or simply just frozen screen. You know, the computer simply freezes or crashes. So that's what happens after this phenomenon, after this observation. If I see the mouse moving jittery and there is beeping sound, yeah, that's followed by the computer basically freezing or crashing. But this time, no, it was not like that at all. The jittery movement of the mouse continued, and the beeping was there for quite a while, and the computer did not freeze and did not crash. The computer kept running programs as if it's on steroids basically. So yeah, I have never seen this before. So I have no explanation, I have no educated guess about what was happening, other than that it was a sort of, it's a type of hack that leaves maybe some sort of executable or script running on the machine, that on the victim's machine basically, for a while. My hope is that it's not permanent, but yeah, that's basically what happened just a while ago. Yeah, it's a bit strange, I guess, to think about it, a little worrying, I guess, but I'm back again. I am not worried or scared enough to stop streaming or stop getting online. Just minutes later, yeah, I'm here minutes later. So I guess we'll see how things go in the next few days or even hours. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, no big harm done, I guess. It's just something a bit strange and maybe in a way interesting, and that's why I chose to share it, with you at the beginning of the stream. So with all that out of the way, unfortunately, one of the results of this is that I did not get credit for the last one. Remember when I was saying the last one, guys? Last one, just man up and yeah, do it. Yeah, I was almost done, man. I was almost done with the mission, but yeah, the symptom or the the other result of what happened is that I guess I didn't get credit for the mission at all, because I didn't return to the mission on time. I had to, I spent maybe a couple of minutes, maybe even more, three minutes or something, trying to figure out what is happening, and then I had to disconnect the electricity. I couldn't even turn off. I couldn't even control Alt Tab or anything. So I had to literally disconnect the electricity from my computer and then turn it back on or give it electricity again. And yeah, I guess all that took longer than the game would want, and I wasn't given an opportunity to rejoin when I ran the game again. Yeah, I was not given an opportunity to rejoin the game. Usually when something happens, or I get disconnected or whatever, and I run the game again, the game offers me the choice to rejoin, or it says you will automatically rejoin in 25 seconds, something like that. None of this happened at all. So unfortunately, yeah, I have to man up and go through this painful quest one more time, a seventh time now, because the sixth time was messed up by some hacker apparently. Who knows what happened?